Buenos días a todos. What would Latin America look like if every founder in this room set out to build a billion-dollar company? Imagine a Latin America where progress is synonymous with innovation, where companies born here don't just serve regional markets, but reshape industries globally. Picture a future where the next tech giants not only emerge from Silicon Valley, but come from places like Peru, Colombia, Mexico, and beyond. This isn't just a dream. It's an attainable reality if founders are willing to think bigger, act bolder, and build with the world as their market. But this can't happen in isolation. It requires the collective participation of founders, funders, and governments working together. Hi, I'm Hannah Savage. I'm investment manager at Techstars. And over the past couple of years, I've had the privilege of traveling across Latin America, spending months at a time immersing myself in the local startup ecosystems, visiting countries like Peru, Colombia, Mexico, Argentina, and Chile, building relationships along the way. And I have had the opportunity to understand firsthand the unique opportunities and challenges that exist in the region. And I also have an appreciation for the distinct nuances of each market. During this time, I have evaluated thousands of startup companies. I have met with hundreds of founders. And through Techstars, I have had the opportunity to invest in 24 remarkable startups based in Latin America who are poised to make an impact. And each one of these experiences has deepened my understanding of the region and also inspired my belief in Latin American innovation. But there are some challenges that I see among founders. They often limit themselves to local borders, rather than thinking regionally or even to the world, limiting their ambitions. Yet, in a rapidly growing landscape, where innovation and competition are fast accelerating, these small visions rarely survive. And in order to thrive, these founders need to elevate themselves to a new level, to aim high. Because big, bold visions are exactly what investors are looking for. Not incremental steps, but monumental potential. We are searching for companies with a vision and capacity to deliver outsized returns. This demands a mindset that not only embraces the immediate and the local, but also encompasses global markets. Let me tell you a story about one of my founders. His name is Pedro Peroni, and he is the CEO of MV Sales and Logistics, a B2B SaaS platform enabling field sales and logistics teams to drastically increase their sales. Now, during Techstars, Pedro did amazing work. He's bootstrapped his company, built it from the ground up, all the while managing a sales team of one, himself, while consistently closing clients across Latin America. And during our Techstars program, Pedro shared with me his vision to expand into the US market. And we knew that there would be challenges across the way, but we set up a plan for him to achieve his vision. And with much grit and determination, Pedro has been closing clients in the US. He has found a market, customers that need his solution. So I made an introduction to a VC firm based in San Francisco. And not surprisingly, Pedro did very well in his initial calls, and he was invited to pitch one of the partners. And after his meeting, Pedro called me and he said, "Hannah, I think I messed it up." And I'm wondering, how could he have possibly messed it up? So I asked him what happened. And he told me that when he shared his vision of reaching $10 million in the next 5 years of revenue, the partner did not share his same enthusiasm. Rather, she reminded Pedro that the purpose of venture capital is to expedite your growth beyond what you would be able to achieve on your own. And with the way Pedro was growing on his own, he may have been able to achieve $10 million. But with venture capital, he would be able to hire 20 Pedros, expanding his growth even further. So he asked me, did I mess it up? And my response was, no, but we need to reevaluate your strategy. And I reminded him of a workshop that I teach at Techstars, and it's called How VCs Think. And I help founders demystify what venture capitalists are looking for. We dive deep into the inner workings of a fund and its structure, and I help them understand why VCs are looking for such massive return. So we decided on a new plan to move forward. But Pedro shared with me that in Latin America, reaching $10 million in revenue is seen as a bold and ambitious goal. And he wasn't underestimating his potential, but rather he was grounded in a reality where $10 million in revenue can seem almost impossible to achieve. But I reminded him of his potential to grow even further beyond with venture capital. Now, $10 million in revenue is absolutely an achievement to be celebrated, because many startups will never even reach this milestone. So it is a testament to the grit and determination of a founder. But what founders need to remember is they have to take those lessons that they learned from getting to the first 10 million and figure out how to get to 1 million to 500 million or 1 billion. To understand why these big visions matter, I'd like to explain a system that I've created called the VC ecosystem flywheel. And each one of these partners depends on the others for the continued success of the flywheel. Let's start with the limited partners. Limited partners provide the capital that fuel venture funds. And these people have choice. They could invest in private equity, they could invest in real estate, the public markets, even fixed income, all with varying returns. And because venture capital is so risky and startups have such a high failure rate, these people require massive returns. Next, we have general partners. The general partners are the stewards of venture capital. And it is our responsibility to invest in high potential startups, returning profits to our limited partners. Now, founders, this is where you come in. It is your responsibility to innovate, to push boundaries, and to excel in your industries. The companies you create must have massive potential for return. They must be reshaping your industries. If any part of this flywheel slows down or breaks down, the entire system falters. But when founders aim for transformative growth, GPs are able to return profit to LPs, which means that LPs will continue to invest in funds, fueling even more startups and innovation. Beyond personal success, dreaming big creates a ripple effect across the market. By setting uncomfortable goals that seem nearly unattainable, founders have the potential to shape the region in new and exciting ways. And it's bigger vision that attracts international capital from investors who are looking for high growth opportunities. And the impact doesn't just stop at investment. Pursuing large-scale growth generates economic progress. Founders who build huge companies contribute significantly to local economies, building ecosystems that lift up entire regions. So, when we talk about dreaming big, it's not just about your own personal success. It's about creating a legacy for those behind you. Thank you.